Next, tributes are pouring in for the long-time presenter of the BBC's Look North programme, Harry Gration, who has died suddenly, aged 71. Harry Gration was considered a huge figure in Yorkshire, but recognised nationally with his career spanning more than 40 years. He fronted many programmes, including the Saturday sports show Grandstand. The BBC's Director General, Tim Davie, said Harry Gration was loved everywhere, but especially in Yorkshire. Well, Yorkshire fans of Harry said how shocked they were that he will be sorely missed.
He was nice, straightforward. I mean, we've been watching Luke North for years. You're all right, he was the same bloke. His two kids, whatever he were presenting, were honest and straightforward.
He's just been a great ambassador, really, for Yorkshire over all these years. And we were very sorry to lose him in the 1990s when he went to work down south and he worked for a southern station. But fortunately, he came back up again and came back to Yorkshire, obviously where his heart lay.
Well, he'll be remembered for all the right reasons. He will do, and I think, like I said before, when you tune in to watch, when you tune in to watch certain programmes like Look North, you watch it because of the person that's hosting it.
Harry was synonymous with Yorkshire, with sport, with broadcasting. He's a really good friend.
It was always good to put the news on in the afternoon to watch him, yeah. Very bubbly, yeah, happy chap. Greatly will be missed, definitely.
Well, earlier, my colleague Lukwesa Burak spoke to Peter Levy, presenter for BBC Look North in East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. He gave us his reaction to the news.
Well, absolute shock last night when I found out. Total shock. He mentioned Yorkshire. He was known nationally as well through sport and also on the South Coast at South Today for quite a few years as well. But he was Mr. Yorkshire. Everybody knows him. Everywhere he went, people knew him. So it was total shock. But he was one of those people that was, you never found anyone who had a bad word to say about him. He was very, very popular. And as a television presenter, he was never flustered. He always knew the right thing to say. He was always across his brief, and he always made people feel that they were extremely special when he was talking to them. It didn't matter whether they were, an MP or cabinet minister or somebody who was talking to, in a market. Everybody got the same treatment. He was hugely popular, and as I say, those who are watching you at the moment in Yorkshire will absolutely feel that. And like you mentioned, he did many episodes of Grandstand. He was often off going to work covering various sports and doing Grandstand. When he did, I used to sit in for him to do Look North while he was away. He always used to say to me, he said, "Be good, but not too good." He was incredible.
When he retired in 2020, just reflecting on what you said there about him just being, down to earth, there was a comment that he made. Make no mistake, he said, that these good folk are the heartbeat of the programme. He really understood his audience, didn't he? I mean, he was an institution in Yorkshire.
You're absolutely so right, and he knew, like I do. You love the audience, and there is a bond with those who work in the regions, which I think is very, very, very strong with people who are watching. They get to know you so well because you're there night after night, and then they might equally see you in the supermarket the next day. And Harry had that fantastic relationship. And I always remember one weekend, he said to me, because we got on extremely well, and he said to me one weekend, he said, "I would love to go and see Les Miserables." This is going back to, this would be mid-80s. And I said, "I'd like to see it as well." So he said, "Shall we go down on Saturday?" We go on the train. We went down to London on the train. And of course, nobody knew me from Adam. Everybody knew Harry. So all the way down, "Oh, hello, Harry. Hello." It was days before mobile phones. Anyway, we got to London, we had some lunch, and then we went to see Les Miserables, and he sat in the theatre watching it, crying his eyes out throughout the whole production. I always remember that clear as a bell, but I was so gutted last night, I didn't even know what to write or what to say. I mean, it was a tremendous shock. And you don't come across people like that every day, and several people in television have said the same. this, during this morning, reading on social media as well. He was incredible. Did you ever meet him? You didn't, as well?
No, I never met him, but I completely get what you say about the regions. I mean, my region was East Midlands today, and people will still stop me and say, I haven't seen you for a while. Really quickly, Peter, we're running out of time. He got his MBE. I mean, he was a sports commentator. Did accolades like that, MBE, and the charity work? He raised enormous amounts of money for charity. But that recognition, did that change him in any way?
Not at all. I don't think so. He was the same person. He was, a Bradford boy. He grew up in a back-to-back in Bradford, and he didn't change. He had a great sense of humour. Yes, he might have had been given a medal. He did raise a lot of money. He won a lot of awards. He won several Royal Television Society awards. But I don't think it changed him at all. He was the same. He was the same person. He was a tremendous broadcaster. And honestly, I mean, people who are watching you take retirement and then less than 2 years later, this happens. I mean, it's just, it's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking for anyone that this happens to.
Peter Levy, the BBC Look North presenter, speaking there.